And you praise him when your car note is due and your light bill too, telephone disconnect, and you're waiting on your next paycheck. That sheep depend upon the shepherd. Sheep are defenseless. They can't defend themselves. They can't make it but by themselves or on their own. They got to have their shepherd. And therefore, they got to learn and know how what? To trust the shepherd in all circumstances to be content. Paul says, I know how to act when I have a lot. I know how to act when I don't have much. I know how to be abased and I know how to abound. I still know how to conduct myself. Therefore, I trust my shepherd in every circumstance. I trust him on the mountaintop. I trust him in the valley. I trust him in green pastures. I trust him by still water. I even trust him when I'm in the valley of the shadow of death. I even trust him when I'm surrounded by my enemies. What he does for me is when my enemies are all around me, what? Because I trust him, he fixes a table for me. I trust him in all situations. And this is the kind of Christian I want to be. That when you see me come in, when you see my external appearance, you can't tell whether I'm in still water or rough water. You know, you got some people, every time you see them, they go, I want to conduct myself in such a manner that even when my water is rough, I still trust the shepherd. What are you saying, Reverend? I'm broke and you don't know it. I'm sick and you don't know it. I'm in trouble in my house and you don't know it. In all situations. What? I'm gonna follow him to still water. But I'm going to stay at the water even though it gets rough after I get there. Follow him in all situations. And what he's doing. What do you mean he knows what he's doing? You can't see everything he's doing. Listen, guess how the sheep get to still water? The shepherd goes out ahead of the flock. He leaves the flock at a distance in search of where the water is. He doesn't just come up on a pond of water by luck. He goes out ahead, and in other words, the shepherd becomes a scout. That's what you call divine providence. Provideo, to see before. He saw beforehand where the water spot was. Providential. He knows the terrain. And see, this is why I believe he knows what he's doing. You know why? Because he knows what I don't know. Matter of fact, when it comes to our Father, our heavenly shepherd, before we started out on the journey, he already knew where the still water was. And guess what? Even though I can't see it, where the spot is. And when you and I get so smart, is what line up and follow him. He knows where the water is. He knows how to so fix it that you want to drink from it. Because sometimes what the shepherd does is, where the water's rough, the shepherd makes a little dam and dams it up so that there can be a calm spot where the sheep will drink. What he does, he makes still water out of rough water. You know what a dam is? He walls off Have you ever seen God do that? Oh, yes. I've seen God take impossible situations and make them possible. I've seen God